We are just now 75 days away from the November election. Our county elections offices are busy preparing for a lot of mail-in ballots. KIDK Eyewitness News 3 reporter Emma Iannacone shows us how they're getting ready for it.
We want to keep the process as close to normal as possible and just make voting available for everybody so that it's not a difficult process.
The plan in Idaho right now is to go ahead with in-person voting, but there's already a rush on mail-in ballots in Bannock County.
And we've received almost 12,000 requests for a ballot in the mail up to this point. So with that, taking that into account, that will also reduce long lines for early voting and also on election day.
And despite President Trump's insistence that mail-in voting leads to fraud, that's not a concern here.
I don't know what other states do, but we do it right in Idaho. We don't have any mail-in voter fraud at all.
We have an absentee voting that is absolutely fantastic. Bannock County does a great job.
Shar Tuvey, the chairperson for the Bannock County Republicans, said she's not concerned about absentee voting in Idaho, yet she worries about other states sending ballots to registered voters that did not request one.
That voter has moved. There's a ballot that's sitting in a mailbox somewhere that they don't know who it's going to. And I think that's what our concern for fraud is.
But ballots go out mid-September, and Bannock County is confident they can handle a surge of mail-in ballots.
Of course, it's a little stressful because you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know what the turnout's going to be, but well, it's going to be huge. Let's just cut right down to that, Chase, right?
In Bannock County, I'm Emma Iannacone.
The Idaho legislature is meeting Monday for a special session. Legislators will be discussing making amendments to election laws to keep the election safe and secure during the pandemic. And Fort Hall election officials are also preparing for in-person voting this fall. They will have their two voting precincts, one for Bannock County residents and one for Bingham County residents. In the last election, they provided free transit for people to get to the polls, and they plan to make sure this year's election is just as accessible.
We advocate for making sure everybody gets out to vote because it is so important for our Native American people to vote because, you know, it wasn't less than 100 years ago that we weren't able to vote. So it is really important.
And the Shoshone-Bannock tribes are voting in their tribal council election next week. Tomorrow, our Linda Larson will have more on that.